feeling blessed because here's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing to talk to you as if this is your message, okay? But please use discernment and don't force anything to resonate with you if it doesn't. But I'm really seeing several people here trying because whatever work you're being called to do, will destroy darkness that comes from the kingdom of darkness where the devil resides. But I do see a plot here to hold you back. So I see that they try to, your adversaries, this has to be, anyways, your adversaries sent you distractions. This is a weapon of destruction that they're using because they sent you people who presented themselves as a romantic suitor or a romantic interest. They were hoping that you would fall into lust, not love, but lust, and fall into this trap where you become so in awe, so attracted to these agents who they sent to you. Again, these are people whether these are men or women who they sent to you to catch your eye so that you would partner up with them. And they would misguide you in the wrong direction. Now, these agents who are sent to you, they're attractive. Some of them are really sexy, good looking. Some of them are very charming. They were sent to pretty much capture your heart, gain your trust, and misguide you. So be very, very careful and make sure that you're not sleeping with the enemy. But for those of you who have great discernment and you don't carry too much lust, I'm sure that this plot didn't work. And so what I see is these agents still want to fulfill their job, right? Their job duty was to approach you, interact with you, get you to partner up with them, especially romantically. They were supposed to capture your heart, gain your trust, and misguide you in the wrong direction. But if that plot didn't work, what these agents ended up doing was still trying to physically block you. Okay. Some of them try to block you physically, as in literally standing in your way. Some of them could have even tried to invade you in a way, as in, withholding important information that you need. The goal was to hold you back from taking action, from doing what you are being called to do. It's just that I see you having more than one adversary, but they still use the same tactics. They sent you someone who was supposed to confuse you, someone who you were supposed to fall in lust with, partner up with them, gain their trust, and then they misguide you. But if that did not work, their agents are still trying to get the job done. Some of their agents, like I said earlier, are trying to physically block you, put obstacles in your way, preventing you from doing what you feel called to do. Some of their agents are even trying to cause you a loss by invading you. They could be stealing from you. They could be withholding information, hiding things from you. Anything to pretty much block you, interfere with your work. There's something that the Lord has called for you to do that the devil is very intimidated by. And all of this makes perfect sense. The devil hardly ever goes after people himself, right? Unless he feels like you are at a spiritual ranking and you have a spirit, the kind of spiritual power to destroy him. Many times he will send his demons after you, but he himself will not go after you. No, he sits on his false throne and he sends his demons to attack people. And this is exactly what your adversaries are doing. They are sending agents to you. These agents, I'm telling you, some of them they're very attractive. Superficially. I see one of them here is super duper attractive, a complete eye catcher, but a big trap. Others of them are very attractive in a emotional way. They're charming. They have great interpersonal skills. They know how to emotionally manipulate you. Some of their agents are also very intelligent, sharp, and you may find that attractive. So be very, very careful because your adversaries are sending people to you to partner up with you to deceive you. Not everything is as it appears to be. Okay, so please discern the people who are entering your life. Not every person that enters your life is from God. The devil likes to send false people into your life as well. But I just find it interesting because the way the devil works is exactly how these people are working, your adversaries. So that means that the spirit of the devil is surely working through your adversaries, influencing your adversaries. They are behaving like the devil. They are sending agents to you, just like how the devil sends his agents to you, right? Demons to you. This is complete spiritual warfare here. Remember, we don't wrestle. In the book of Ephesians chapter 6 verse 12, scripture says we don't wrestle against flesh and blood. We are wrestling against demonic spirits, principalities, rulers of the dark world, the kingdom of darkness where Satan resides. So don't be surprised if you have enemies who are literally using the strategies and tactics of the devil, because that is the spirit of the devil that is influencing them. But yeah, the goal is to block you. The goal is to hold. I'm so sorry if you hear any background noise. The goal is to block you. The goal is to hold you back. And you have more than one adversary, and each agent who they've sent to you are using different tactics, but it's all coming from the same source. Now, if the plot didn't work, where you're not sleeping with the enemy, you didn't partner up with the agents that they sent to you, their agents are still working to complete the task. One of the things that their agents are doing, it's connected to your home. If you live at a residence that is easy to access, and what do I mean by that? Where if you live like in an apartment complex, or you live in a residence where there are other, like you have employees and workers and stuff like that, like in a residential building, be very careful, because your adversaries' agents who they sent to you could be bribing the people in this residential building to block you in some way, whether that is, sending your guest away, stealing mail, just infiltrating, invading, to keep. But another thing that I also heard was, you're not dealing, like, if this is your message, you're not dealing with some sort of lower level demon. Like, you're dealing with a high ranking demon, because your adversaries are people in high places. These are people who have the network. These are people who have money, power, status, influence. That's how they're able to do these things, right? Sometimes you just got to use logic. If these people are able to infiltrate your life like this, right, and completely surround you, where you have to stand your ground, then you have to ask, okay, who am I dealing with, right? Because how does my adversary have this kind of tools and resources to do this? Many of you chosen ones, God has promoted you. You are of a higher spiritual ranking than in the past. And so your adversary, this demon here, is of a quote unquote high ranking in the kingdom of darkness. And so the spiritual battle will feel very intense. But like I always say, when the spiritual battle becomes intense, your prayer life needs to become intense. You need to be praying consistently. Prayer is what destroys darkness. It is what protects us. Pray in the morning, pray in the afternoon, pray at night, because the devil is working overtime. But just know that God works harder. And whatever it is that God has called for you to do, focus on that. Don't allow the enemy to distract you out of fear, where you become so scared of what the enemy is doing that you become distracted. Next thing you know, you're not doing the work that you're supposed to do. Right? And then you start finding yourself in some bad circumstances where you're really not able to, do the things that you're supposed to do, because there are restrictions on you. So just stay focused. Stay focused on the plans between you and God, what He has called for you to do. Do not lose sight of God. Do not become distracted. That's exactly what the devil wants, to torment you, where you become so distracted that, you start slacking when it comes to the work that you're supposed to do, and you find yourself in a big hole that you've dug for yourself, and then it makes it even more difficult for you to pursue your calling. All right, but that is what I am seeing for someone out there. I really hope that this message brings you great confirmation, truth, and clarity. If you enjoyed the message, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to support the channel. And if you're in need of some real personal clarity pertaining to your personal life, or a